How can you sit there and choice in 2016? What, no one is going to run the country, Ben? It's either going to be Hillary or it's going to be Donald J. Trump. There's no Gary Johnson, there's no Castle, there's no McMuffin, whatever. It's like it's on the wrong side of history. And I know you guys love to constantly put on flaws. You love to keep attacking Trump. You know what? Ben Shapiro is on the wrong side of history because Ben Shapiro Trump ahead of it every chance he gets. He makes a mountain out of molehills. He condemns. But Trump could do or say, "Well, change it." You cannot change their minds. They are a codist, like in a code, like where they're just going to stand by their position with Obamacare. Then you're not going to appeal it. The scheme appeal was on John McCain, but you got Benjamin. He could have done more. It's like, who is the problem here? Trump or Congress? I think Congress is the problem. I'm not saying Trump's perfect or conservative in everything, but he is around from now on. It's not presidential Trump and H.W. Bush and saying, well, character still matters. Trump may give some conservative victories, but character still matters, so I'm supporting George H.W. Bush for character. Now, what about lead my lips, no new taxes? Either one has good character, but it's based on intent. It's based on, do they love their country? It's based on, they're just frail and imperfect like everyone is. You know what? Ye both sin cast the first stone. No one's perfect, but Trump means well. He's misguiding some things, but he's not going to change. And at least since he announced that he was running in 2013, he hasn't changed positions. Yes, he had other positions before 2015. They said to Scott Pelley and Tim Russert and Oprah Winfrey. But now, since he started running in 2015, he's not been changing his positions or changing what he believes. He is what he says and says what he means. He says we're going to go out of Syria. We're pouring out of Syria. He says he wants to put Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. He does that. He wants Neil Gorgeous. He does that. He wants Kavanaugh, he stands by Kavanaugh and supports him, good or bad. It should have been Amy. And when he says it on the campaign trail, then that's what his positions are. Wherever they land on, wherever they're at the point of running for president, then that's what he will go with. And he says it and he does it. But these no Trumpers are constantly attacking him. They say, well, he can't use declaration of emergency or whatever, or to do global warming. Well, guess what? The left already does that. The left already does that. They use that. So they already did do it, and they continue to do it, and it doesn't matter what Trump does. They're going to do it. So what? Because Trump does it, the left does it too? No, you don't justify future bad behavior because of Trump's bad behavior. Because Trump did, now it's going to cause someone else to do it. Like they did do because they think Trump did it, it was okay. Then to me, obviously means if someone jumped off a bridge, well, you may cause someone else to jump off a bridge because you thought it was okay. It's like, no, it's because someone else does it, doesn't make it right if it's not right. Or if it is right, then it doesn't mean that all of a sudden because they do something, it doesn't mean it is right, because it's not about being inconsistent. Instead of use it for Dreamers Act, that is not. It's what is and what isn't and what falls under it. If you had a court that actually, was doing things based on the livable definition and enforced it, and weren't livable activists legislating from the bench, they would disallow Dreamers but then pass the border wall because they know it is a national security risk. And the only reason is because you don't like a Dana Lash is because you're afraid the left using it later and the courts will let it happen. But guess what? Activists, because they will not sit there and condone. The problem is the courts, not Trump. The problem is not the Declaration of Emergency Act. The problem is that the courts are sitting there saying that DACA is okay, that removing guns is okay, that global warming is okay under national emergency, but building the wall is not okay for national emergency. The problem is what the courts are ruling. The problem is the courts, not Trump. And that to say, well, this is such a bad precedent, it doesn't set a bad precedent. Because there's nothing wrong with this bill. There's nothing wrong with this act. It's not, it's about what the act is. You can't the case data less, you have to blanket out everything, so you don't use National Declaration of Emergency at any time, because then the left might use it for choose. Good choir boys saying we can't do this, so we're not going to do this because we're not allowed to. We're the only ones that want to sit there and stick by the rules. Don't care about the people. But Ben Shapiro like, no, we'll just sit there and let them look stupid, let them make them look like, hey, they don't care about the people dying in this country because of illegals or drug smugglers or sex traffickers. We'll just sit there and let them make themselves look stupid. But you see, Ben, they gotta care for it to matter. and some constituents don't like it, and they end up being like share saying, just give them the damn. They would do that because they don't care. They just, we're not going to waiver it. We're going to do what we think is right, even if it's not popular, even if it's not popular. And that is what they're doing. They're doing things even if it's not popular. And that's the situation right now. So they're never going to care. 6 months from now, we still would have a border wall. 6 months from now, the government will still be shut down doing it your way. Now, I still have no problems with the government staying shut down. But we need to sit there and pass this national resolution of emergency fund so they can redirect it because we need to protect our citizens. Enough people have died. And you know what? Between Hannity and Laura Ingraham this week on Fox News Channel, they highlighted all the deaths caused by illegals in the last year or so and put them on the shows. And Laura Ingraham even teared up because someone got killed. You know, it's by an illegal. It's like people are dying doing this. Sunday did such a last night. They're talking about their property. This is not okay. This is not safe for our country. Trump has every right to do this. And I said I will support a classical liberal because they're physically conservative and they're socially moderate. I don't agree with the moderate part. I'll just disagree with them whenever I elect them, but I can still elect them because I have agreed with them. But as long as laws change, they need to be allowed to have an abortion even if I don't agree with it. So I'm not going to be acting like, oh, that abortion clinic or that abortion. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, right. No, we change the laws. As long as marriage is legal, then they should be allowed to do it. So I am not a classical liberal on social issues, although I'm not for acting on them either until it's illegal. I'm against it, but you can still be for it if you want to. You know, I am not here to stop any gay marriages. I'm not here to stop any abortion, even though I may be against it. As long as Roe v. Wade is the law of the land, then they should be allowed to have their abortions. You know what? To me, it's like I'm fulfilling law. So it would never act on my positions on that. So therefore, I don't see no harm. That's why I can still elect a classical liberal. What classical liberal is a physically conservative, socially moderate. Although I may not agree with the socially moderate part of it, because I'm not going to act on it because I don't believe in forcing on. And whatever the law is what the law is. If gay marriage is imposed. So that's the reason. So because of that, those reasons why I disagree with the classical liberal won't come up because I'm for terms. Until, you know, gay marriage is overturned in states where it's allowed to get gay married and they're still allowed to have an abortion. So I will classical liberal. But I the physical side of the Democratic Party. And I can never support honesty is allowed and should be happening. Democrats will do it because I am a Trump supporter and I don't care. I'm never going to be against President Trump. You, Ben Shapiro, so classical liberals on the left side. This is the only time I can vote Democrat. And that just is the way when they try to do it is legal. Till that changes, then it doesn't matter. I'm not actively trying to make it illegal, but I support it if it is becoming illegal either. So not that, not priority. Like if people want it, then you know it's still going to be there. So that's why the social stuff isn't going to affect me. That I can vote for classical liberal, even though I'm against that stuff. Support the president. I'm for this country becoming great. And classical liberals, I can support them too because they weren't great for this country. And they have security guards to protect you. So this country has become a country I don't like anymore, which is the reason that I am now right wing. Because the left has hijacked and screwed up the party. Even Lionel wants the Democratic Party blown up. Even Pat Caddell wants the party blown up. And Dave Rubin and these because the party is not what it wants to be, what it once was. It is now gone. It's not the party anymore. I was a classical liberal. On socialism, I slowly became like, abortion is wrong, gay marriage is wrong, and I am with my faith. But anyway, so I'm going to push this stuff. And so it's going to stay the way it is no matter who's in charge. So that's why I can still vote for a classical liberal. Ben Shapiro, what are you doing, Ben? Support the president. A national emergency. Dana, when Hillary and Trump, this country isn't going to run itself. So you're wrong on that. And you're constantly wrong on attacking the president. His actions keeping it safe with Russia. But you're attacking because of the speech and we transform an initiative issue. And it's initiative. And as long as they say it's legal, then so be it. And if the courts don't want to overturn Roe v. Wade, it's abortion. But as long as Roe v. Wade is still the law of the land, then you can have your abortions. I'm not going to do that. That's what the courts to do. So therefore, it's not my job anyway. So it's the courts that determine that. So unless the courts decide to overturn Roe v. Wade, then you can still get your abortion. So that was going to change. So there's no point in complaining about it. So therefore, there's no point in the party. So they're just not going to ever be on the day at night at Christmas time. They voted for Obamacare because conservatives want to go home and spend Christmas with their kids.